Thank you very much. Am I audible?
Yes, sir.
Yes, you are audible.
Okay. Thank you very much. Let me start with. Let me welcome all our dignitaries, distinguished guests, distinguished speakers, and all other fellow geographers. Welcome to this nice afternoon where we are going to discuss about the contributions of our my teacher, Professor Dr. D.K. Singh, as well as Gouri Dutta. Both of them are teachers. Our Honorable President, Professor R.N.P. Sinha from Baroda. Our distinguished chief guest, Professor R.N. Srivastav, Emeritus Professor from Gorakhpur University. Guest of honor, Professor S.N. Tripathi and Dr. S.S. Pandey. S.N. Tripathi from our Utkal University. He also happens to be my teacher. And S.S. Pandey. Then our convener of this program, Professor K.M. Sethi from Utkal University. Our head of the Department of Geography at Utkal University now, Professor K.C. Rath. Then the keynote speaker of this, the main person behind this entire, to speak about our Professor D.K. Singh and Gouri Dutt. He is Dr. Jayant Rautray, Professor Emeritus Professor from Asian Institute of Technology, Bangkok, organizing secretary of this conference. There Ambarish Kumar Rai from ARA and then Amit Kumar from Munger University, Bihar. And above all, the key person behind this entire movement of founders and makers of modern geography, it is Professor D.P. Singh and his team. I welcome all of you, along with all our fellow geographers, along with all our distinguished invitees, ladies and gentlemen. It's a pleasure for me to be among all these esteemed dignitaries on this occasion. And above all, I would like to thank Dr. D.P. Singh that once he must have dreamed about a kind of program like this, has run for 2 years, going to be a very successful program of bringing all the geographers of the country into one. It is just like a sapling growing into a big tree for the last 2 years since this movement is going on. And we hope and we expect that this should continue further to consolidate the geography and contributions of geographers. Simultaneously, let me thank our dignitaries also for their gracious presence and for their, I congratulate all the team of D.P. Singh for organizing all these activities, taking all the pain and taking all the strides of bringing together the geographers. Let me conclude over here with a warm welcome again once again, thanking all the persons available here for this program. Thank you.
Thank you, sir, very much. Respected Professor Panda Sahab. Today, we have to learn about the contributions of two geographers from Utkal University Geography Department, Bhubaneswar, Madam Dutta and Professor D.K. Sinha. It is also to be noted that earlier we have also learnt about Professor B.N. Sinha by Professor Panda Sahab himself in the episode of related to the Karnataka University, Dharwad. We have already learnt about Professor B.N. Sinha, and today we are to learn about two prominent geographers from Utkal University, Bhubaneswar. We have also some international representative this evening, Professor Umesh Kumar Mandal and Professor Uttam Sagar Shrestha from Nepal. They are also with us. If our today's convener, Professor Rath, is present, may I request Professor Rath to say something about the today's event. The today's convener, Professor
Convener is Professor Sethi. Yes.
yes, Professor Sethi. Sorry, Professor Sethi.
Good afternoon, one and all. May I request others to mute the mic? Good afternoon, one and all. This is a second episode for us because we have already done one episode for last 2 months back with the advice of Professor D.P. Singh. And this is really privilege for us to have our two important professors, those who have started this department, Professor Gouri Dutta and Professor D.K. Singh. And we here to listen from our eminent professor who is going to speak about Professor Dutt and Professor D.K. Singh, their lifetime and their achievements for all the geographers for this modern geography, which is going to be released in book form. So may I request Professor D.P. Singh, please, to we will not waste our time and we will switch over to our speaker today, Professor J.K. Rautre, who is going to speak on two eminent geographers. Sir, please. Thank you.
Thank you, sir, very much. Now, may I request to today's key speaker, Dr. Jayant Kumar Rao, to deliver his lecture on two eminent geographers from the Department of Geography, Utkal University, Bhubaneswar. Professor Rao, sir.
Thank you very much for giving me this opportunity for presenting two profiles, and maybe Dr. Dutta's profile will be short and Professor Singh's profile will be little bit long. So, dear friends, good afternoon to everybody, distinguished professors, organizers, participants, ladies and gentlemen, and special say gratitude and thanks to Professor Srivastava to induct me in this kind of say program. And my face may be very new except 2-3 people sitting there, and because I was mostly outside. So anyhow, you have given me this opportunity for speaking on Professor D.K. Singh, who was my teacher, also my colleague, and my PhD supervisor, and above all, he was my guru and guided me throughout my professional teaching research career in India and also outside. So, as for the program, I have already prepared a presentation, and that I am going to say show you here, and so that you can follow about these two personalities. But before I start, I'll give a brief note on the Department of Geography. I am also a graduate of this particular place, and I have worked and I have my special experience in many different ways. So this department was established in 1970, completed say 50 years very successfully, produced about 1,000 graduates MA and MSc level, 350 MPhil candidates and 100 PhD, DSc, DLit candidates, and more than 250 PG diploma holders in remote sensing and GIS. Dr. Gouri Dutta joined as the first faculty member, lecturer and head, and worked up to 1979, and then she moved to US, carried her professional career, and finally settled there. And very briefly, I can tell about her a few lines. A few lines that she studied at Ravenshaw College, completed her honors degree, and then did her masters in Calcutta University. And in a later stage, she finished her PhD also from Calcutta University. And she was here from 70 to 79, almost 1 decade. And I am directly her student. And she was a very good teacher, very popular teacher. And her specialization was in cartography and mathematical geography. And her background was very strong in mathematics. And she taught us, oceanography, climatology, and cartography. And cartography was her specialization. And when she moved to US, she actually changed her professional career. She moved from geography to computer science and mathematics. She did one MS degree from Indian State University in US and computer science and mathematics, and later on also joined Indian State Department, State University as a visiting faculty for about 15 years, and later on she joined the government job probably after getting her American citizenship. And and please allow us to share our presentation. So our presentation is ready, and we would like to share. So host to do, please allow us so that I can. But still, please allow. Yeah,
The sharing.
Sir, it is open to
I
all.
move on.
Sir, it is already allowed.
Allowed, okay. Yeah. Thank you. So is it visible to you or not? My presentation is visible?
No, it's not visible. It is not visible.
Not yet. No screen is visible.
Okay. Now, they don't have the.
Sir, please, sir, please allow the sharing of the slides.
ଯଦି ଆମେ ପାୱାର ପଏଣ୍ଟ ତାକୁ ପଠେଇଦେବା ସେ ସେୟାର କରିଦେଇପାରିବେ। ବେଳେବେଳେ କ'ଣ ହୁଏ ସେ ପାୱାର ଯେ କରୁଥିବ ସେ ହିଁ ସେୟାର କରନ୍ତି।
I think I should continue, and until that time, I will.
Singh sir, please allow us to share the slides.
Yes, it is already been allowed. It is route side to share it.
Please rejoin yourself. Then it may be allowed to you.
ନା ଆମକୁ ଆଲାଉ କଲେ ବଢିଆ ହବ, ଆମେ ଧରକିନା କରିଦେବୁ। ସିଏ କରିପାରିବେନି, ତାପରେ ନବା ପାଇଁ ନେକ୍ସଟ ସ୍ଲାଇଡ୍ ସବୁ ସ୍ଲାଇଡରେ କହିବାକୁ ପଡିବ।
Okay, please allow us to share. We can share from here. That is the best way. Allow us to share from here.
They have already allowed.
Us to share. But I don't know why it is not working.
You are not allowed to share ବୋଲି ସେଠୁ ଆଡମିନିଷ୍ଟ୍ରେସନ ଯେ ଅଛନ୍ତି
Administration is telling not allowed to share. So should I move?
Admin should provide some rights to
Absolutely.
the participants. At that time only it will be possible.
Hello. Sir, allow us to share the slides. Tell your host to allow, but it is not showing, so we are putting our slides to you. You can host there.
ଅଛି ତାଙ୍କ ପାଖରେ ଅଛି।
Sir, you share the slides from there. You can share the slides which we have already sent to you. That can be visible to all. Yeah, please do that.
ଆପଣ ସେଇଠି ଦେଖି ପଡିବେ।
Devendra Prasad sir, you please kindly instruct your technician experts to authorize the slide sharing, and accordingly it is to be shared. You please. Your technical assistant, you please convey the message to technical assistant.
Dr. Amrish Rai,
check on
please see. Dr. Amrish Rai ji,
Sir, please you just leave the meeting and rejoin. Then it may be work. I think so, because it is already allowed from our end. There is
Okay,
no problem.
so
I have
yeah,
rechecked it. Sir.
yeah. Okay. Just re-enter first. out. এটা মোর মু এটা করছিলি রঙিন সেটি দাম দেখি ব্ল্যাক এন্ড হোয়াইট ডোন্ট কনফিউজ
ଛାଡ଼ ସାର୍ ଚଲାନ୍ତୁ ନ
No, sir, it is not allowed. Not allowed.
ଏ କରିପାରିବେନି।
Who is the admin?
ଦିଟା ଯାକ ତ କରିପାରୁନାହାନ୍ତି, ଆମକୁ ଆଲାଉ କରିପାରୁନାହାନ୍ତି।
Amrish ji, please
Kabir Sethi.
see what is going on.
Hello.
Rai.
Okay, okay. I think I should go on and so slides are there. Later on, you can circulate among the participants, and so I can go.
That's fine, that's fine.
Yeah. So I can go from here. So without slides. Okay. And actually, she did another master's in mathematics and computer science, and joined for some time as visiting faculty Indian State University, and later on also quit that job and moved to say as a program system analyst and joined the government department in US, and she continued there, but she has contributed as a teacher for the first decade. That is, I can say this much about her. But now I'll focus more on Professor D.K. Singh, for which today we have arranged this particular meeting. And I am not going to speak more about the history of this department, and but I'll focus about Professor D.K. Singh's contribution and the outline given to me. I'll follow that outline about Professor Singh. And actually, Professor Singh, his date of birth was 20 October 1934, and then he departed 8 June 217, and lived for about 83-84 years. And he has achieved personally in academics, in research, in family front, and in social front, and also other areas. He has a very excellent person in terms of his achievements. And this is the occasion for recognizing the contributions of Professor D.K. Singh towards paving the steps for advancing the teaching and research in Odisha and India, along with many other geographers. Blended with Banaras Hindu University Geography School of Thought, Western education and exposures from Indiana University, US, and University of Bristol, UK, and he was polished himself a all-rounder geographer. And he made several contributions in the applications of statistical and quantitative tools in different branches of geography, adding value to research outputs for solving spatial issues, problems, and providing new interpretations. So he is a scholar par excellence, and he deserves a place among the founders in shaping and making modern geography in India. And he served for the cause of geography education, research, and spatial analysis for 36 years, from 1961 to 1996. Then about some salient features and his personality. He was a dedicated teacher and researcher, kind-hearted person, always with extended helping hands to others, a philanthropist, a man beyond religious boundaries, and above all, a theosophist, and he had practiced a simple and honest life throughout his professional career and living period. And beyond geography, he had written a number of literary Odia books and patronized a number of societies and professional bodies in Odisha. And about his family background, he hails from a royal family of Hindol, a former princely state of Odisha in Dhenkanal district. His parents were late Nityananda Singh and Sulochana Devi Singh. He was the fourth child of his parents, along with two sisters and four brothers. His family constitutes his wife, late Vijayalakshmi Singh, a geographer of BHU and former faculty member of Utkal University, and his son Kamakhya Prasad Singh, an engineer come IT professional settled in the US with his wife Madhumita, a software engineer, and daughter Saranya. And Professor Singh's daughter, Mita Singh, who lives in Mumbai, and she was a school teacher with her husband, Mr. Kishore Chandra Bisoi, banking executive, and her architect son, Abhishek Bisoi, who works in US. And this is very shortly about his family background. So early childhood, he spent his childhood with his parents and other members of the extended royal family, finished his basic education there, and completed his high school education from Indore High School in 1952 under the Utkal University during that time. He passed the ISC from Ravenshaw College, that was under Utkal University in 1954. He was greatly influenced and guided by his mother. He was a merit student from his childhood and pursued higher education in later period with a strong foundation. And about the higher education, he passed BA Honours in Geography and Mathematics as a past subject from Ravenshaw College, 1957. And now it is presented? Okay. Okay.
Yes, it is visible.
Okay. So about higher education, he passed BA Honours Geography and Mathematics as a past subject from Ravenshaw College in 1957 and obtained his master's degree in geography from BHU, occupying the first position in first class taught by the great geographers like Professor R.L. Singh, Professor S.L. Kayasta, and Mr. N.K. Prasad, and many others. And obtained also a diploma in statistics from BHU in 1958. While continuing his master's program in geography, he also finished the diploma in statistics. He was very good in mathematics. He was exposed to a number of advanced courses in geography, particularly quantitative methods in geography, cartography, urban geography, research methods, and computer programs in Indiana University, Bloomington, as a Fulbright scholar. As lecturer.
Sir, you are not audible.
About urban and regional plan, quantitative geography, ecology and social environment. Yes. Okay. So quantitative geography, ecology and shelter environment, settlement planning led by the Utkal University, which were evaluated by the Western scholars and appreciated highly for innovative methodology, applications, and interpretation of geographical facts, and finally as an assistant professor of geography at Saur University, Sagar, known now as Dr. HSG University MP during 1960-61. You were there for a very short period, only 1 year, and joined the geography department, Guwahati University, as a lecturer in a permanent position, and spent there almost 1 decade from 1962 to 72. He spent his major career in the Department of Geography of Utkal University from 1972 to 1996, where he served as a reader and professor. He was head of the Department of Geography, Utkal University also. During this period, he had modernized the academic curriculum at MA and MPhil levels, infusing his experiences from the Western universities while spearheaded teaching and other research activities through sponsored projects with applications of quantitative methods and techniques. He encouraged to read and refer text and reference books written by Western scholars while modernizing the curricula in Utkal and also for college curriculum in Odisha state. He had interacted with other university departments as external examiner and evaluator of MPhil and PhD thesis, participated in different refresher courses as resource person, particularly in quantitative geography. And he was a regular attendee of Indian Geography Congress, Indian Science Congress, and UGC-sponsored national seminars and symposia, enriched and enlightened through his contributions as chairperson and panel speakers. And this is the golden period of his career, particularly at Utkal. During this period, he established himself as a renowned professor in the country and achieved excellence. He served as a member of National Committee in Geography Panel of INSA for 2 consecutive terms from 1994 to 94 to 97. He was also a member of the Geography Panel of the UGC from 1997 to 2002 and introduced the model syllabus in geography prepared through a national conference under the guidance of Professor B.N. Sinha and himself in 90s. This syllabus is truly a combination of academic and research focus with orientation for state and national level competitive examinations for different jobs. And he tried to introduce this syllabus at least at all India level when he was in UGC, maybe as a reference. And of course, each university has the right to change and revise in their own way. Then he was the awardee of the Commonwealth Foundation Royal Geographical Society bursary in 1980 as a postdoctoral fellow, and he had spent a year in the Department of Geography, Bristol University, and worked with Professor Peter Haggett. So this is a very it's a proud feeling for us at Utkal University, and everybody knows that Professor Peter Haggett is a man of models and quantitative applications, and actually he was very happy when he worked with Professor Haggett, and also he brought some latest developments, modern applications to Utkal and introduced through students' research. He was a visiting fellow in 1992. He worked at Human Settlement Development Division, Asian Institute of Technology, Bangkok for 1 trimester, and consolidated his research on shelter environment and settlement planning in rural Odisha, and this was a project funded by UGC some time back. In 93, he visited University of Dortmund, Germany as a visiting fellow and worked with the faculty members of spatial planning in the regions of growing economies. The acronym is SPRING program, SPRING academic program, supported by the BAAD fellowship, and contributed a seminal work on multifaceted district planning. He served as an advisor, editorial board member for the project on Encyclopedia of World Geography published by Andromeda Publishers of Oxfordshire, UK. And this is also quite a big distinction in his career, and he was chosen from India. And he had made 2 seminal contributions on Assam Valley and Meghalaya in the famous book of Geography of India, edited by Professor R.L. Singh long time back. And he was also an editorial board member of and contributing author for preparing district educational profiles of Odisha state. At one time, each district has its own district educational profile, and it was immensely contributed by Professor D.K. Singh and his co-workers. Editorial board member for preparing geography textbook in Odia language for the Board of Secondary Education, Odisha. He was one of the contributing authors for the Glossary of Geography Words and Terms in Odia, which was published by the Textbook Bureau of Odisha. And then the other is items about his professional career, like he was a delegate to American Association of Geographers annual meet in Miami, Florida in April 91 as a special invitee to the Asian Geography Specialty Group. Served as a resource person for the International Conference on Economy, Environment and Quality of Life in Mountain and Hill Environment held at the Department of Geography, Tribhuvan University, PN campus, Pokhara, Nepal in January 94, under the IJU Commission on Geography of Commercial Activities. And he also served as a resource person for the International Seminar on Geography of Commercial Activity, Women and Ecology, held in Dhaka University in November 94, organized by IJU Commission and Bangladesh Geographical Society, Dhaka. He also supervised as a professional career. He supervised more than 20 MPhil dissertations and 13 doctoral theses, leading to PhD and DSc degrees awarded by the Utkal University. Theses were evaluated by the Western scholars and appreciated highly for innovative methodology applications and interpretation of geographical facts and final contributions. And he was really a trendsetter in geographical research during his time. And he was a life member of 12 professional societies, Fellow of Royal Geographical Society of London, and member of the American Society of Geographers. And he was a brilliant student and scholar throughout his academic career, achieved excellence from learning to teaching and conducting research, and grounded himself as a all-rounder geographer, both in physical and human geography. And as a student, I have the experience, if we have any doubts or if we have any difficulty in any branch of geography, and we really always ran to him, and he explained so nicely, and then we have never forgot in our life again. Excellent teacher. Always identified students with academic potential, induct students in his research projects, and encourage them for attending the national and international seminars, and even support scholars, travel expenses, and co-authors with them. And he has supported many students like this, and I should say I am one of the beneficiaries of his guidance and instructions. A rare personality for strengthening geography through inputs of inducting trained new young scholars. So this is about his professional career. And next slide is doctoral dissertation he has supervised. I have given a list, and you can look into it, the areas of his specialization, and he has crossed many different branches, and with the input of quantitative geography applications, and well appreciated inside and outside. And member of 12 professional societies, academic bodies, and he is very fortunate to be inducted as a fellow of Royal Geographical Society, London, and this happened after his visit in 1980 to Bristol University. And I'm not going to give the list. He is everywhere. Northeastern Geographical Society, National Association of Geographers, NAGI, he was also vice president, live member Indian Council of Geographers, then live member National Geographical Society of India, Varanasi, and live member Indian Geographical Society, Calcutta, live member Indian Geographical Association, Madras, live member Spring Centrum Department of Social Planning, University of Dortmund, live member Institute of Landscape Ecology and Acoustics, live member Indian Association of Regional Science, Kharagpur, West Bengal, and member Geology and Geography Section, Indian Science Congress Association, Calcutta, and member American Association of Geographers, US. So he has actually established links with all Indian universities and academic associations. And therefore, he was very much popular and well received geographer among others, according to his research contribution and other contribution. And regarding publication and focal areas, and I just analyze his contributions available to us. So he had authored 8 books, text and research monographs, developed 4 manuals for teachers training in geography under the NCERT Delhi and Board of Secondary Education Odisha, and published more than 80 research papers in journals and edited volumes of national and international importance. His major works had mostly concentrated on urban studies, regional planning, rural development, shelter environment, and application of quantitative techniques. His major contributions related to application of statistics and quantitative techniques in almost all branches of geography mentioned under his specialization, reflected in different theses, supervised him, and publications that he had authored. His publications are available mostly in Indian journals. He was well known as a quantitative geographer among his peer groups. Say about other important features, beyond geography, he served as the president of Chinmay Mission, and he is a multifaceted as a person and having interest in many different areas. So that actually encouraged him to be associated with other organizations. And he was the president of Chinmay Mission, Bhubaneswar, secretary Spiritual Regeneration Movement, capital project of Odisha of Maharishi Mahesh Jogi, and a dedicated person for establishing the Maharishi College of Natural Law at Bhubaneswar, served as an executive member for the development of Buddha Vihar, Bhubaneswar, one of the founding members of the Janta College, 7 Mile, Hindol, that is his native place, worked as secretary and vice president of the All India Madan Mohan Malabya Mission Odisha section, and a member of Rotary Club, Bhubaneswar. As a life member of the Indian section of the International Theosophical Society, he served as the secretary of Utkal Theosophical Federation for 2 terms from 1999 to 2005. He also served as the president of Saraswati Sishu Vidya Mandir, Unit 3, Bhubaneswar from 1998 to 2005. He earned recognition as an Odia writer of short stories, poems, and books, and translated a few Assami and Bengali books in Odia language. He was associated with a number of Odia periodicals and promoted the cause of Odia literature through his writing and instrumental in building literary organization. In fact, after his retirement, he concentrated on working on Odia literature, and we uncovered his talent in a much later stage after his retirement. And he is also very well known among the literary persons of our state. At the end, in conclusion, I must sum up 3 things. First, his scholastic and rigorous approach to scientific studies in geography, irrespective of the branches and sub-branches of geography, and contributions in application of quantitative and cartographic tools and techniques in research activities has set a path that will be followed and pursued by the fellow geographers in India and abroad. And truly, he was a multifaceted person with enthusiasm and extended arms for a variety of activities and institutions. He was a man beyond boundaries and contributed immensely for community and social development. He will be remembered as a very special and rarest person in the minds of his fellow geographers, peer groups, friends in Odisha, India, and abroad. Truly, he is one of the strong pillars of the founders and makers of modern geography in India. And this is all about him. And I express my gratitude and sincere thanks to the organizers, particularly Professor Singh and Professor Srivastava, by giving me this responsibility in working on his profile and giving me a chance today for presenting his profile before all of you. And many of you might be knowing him because of his interaction and contribution. So thank you very much for your kind attention. Thank you. So I stop here.
Thank you, sir, very much. You have very nicely elaborated the biography and contributions of Professor D.K. Singh, who was a very well-known geographer nationally and internationally. Thank you, sir, very much. Now may I request our today's guest of honor, Dr. Sadhna Deshpande, for her remarks. Professor Deshpande.
Thank you, sir. First of all, I must thank Dr. Jayant Rautra for introducing such a royal person to us. A person, both the persons are very hardworking, very meritorious, but at the same time, kind-hearted person. Though I am from the western side, that is from Nagpur, this person were not known to me. But as you have lined up their contribution, really salute to you and the teachers. Yes, it is true that our founders are really very hard workers. They have nourished our department. They have developed the department. Yes, along with that, they have also developed their own career also. And this graph, the personal graph and the departmental graph, both reflected by your saying or your presentation, sir. What I liked today, or what is the impact, or why should we attend this? It is only because what are the different aspects we should learn about, it is very much told by you. That is, these two persons, both are geographers. In geography, we always study mainly two core things. One is spatial difference, spatial analysis, and second is about the temporal. And these two aspects are seen in both their personalities. That is the changing pattern, temporal pattern, that is from cartography to remote sensing, quantitative analysis. Both have stepped up and they have achieved much. Really, heads up. Secondly, when we talk about the spatial analysis, yes, from various, both the person, that is Dr. Gouri Dutta madam and D.K. Singh sir, both have from India to abroad. They have traveled and worked at various places and with the spatial analysis they can know and they can teach us of various things. They have taught us various things. The teachers from Utkal University and their descendants, their colleagues, their students, naturally by that. And by your speech, really, sir, I'm glad, not myself, but all those who are in this event, are participating in this event, are really benefited by that. Just teaching the students in the classroom is the work of a teacher, but beyond that, planning, kind-heartedness, and the thinking approach is also important. And this is more important thing which you have told us about the persons. And really, we are thankful to you for that. So all the teachers, all the participants, really, I'm glad to have this opportunity to say a few words about the person and this event. This event actually gives me and others fellow participants about the history of our founders and makers. And we all know that for history, geography is more important. To make a history of a geography is also a one thing by which we can get the path where we should go further, how to develop the geography, in which path we should go. And from physical geography, or it may be a human geography, and all the sub branches of geography, really, both the teachers have worked hard, and I love that the person who is versatile, who is know all the things, who are scholarly persons, really salute to them. Thank you, sir. And I must thank the organizers for giving me this opportunity, and thanks a lot. Thank you.
May I request one of the senior most geographers of the country, like Professor S.N. Tripathi, who is also our guest of honor today event. Professor Tripathi, sir. He is also from...
Sir, excuse me. On behalf of the Professor S.N. Tripathi, I want to tell you a few words as he has conveyed his blessings and also the best regards to all the members of the today's webinar. And also because he is not well, he can't join this particular meeting, and he has requested to me and also to our speakers that they should convey his blessings and also his regards to the team members of the organizing. Thank you, sir.
Thank you, sir, very much. Now it is the time for the today's chief guest, Professor B.K. Srivastava, sir. Sir, may I request you to remarks?
Yes, sir. Please carry on.
Professor B.K. Srivastava, sir. Sir, you are not audible. Srivastava, sir, you are not audible.
Yes. Sorry. Okay. I'm so thankful to you, Dr. Dept Singh, for giving me an opportunity to say something about Professor D.K. Singh. As I would like to tell you all that Professor D.K. Singh was my teacher. I would like to first of all congratulate Dr. Jayant Rautre for a sweet and sound presentation, which is academically as well humanly. All the academic aspects of Professor D.K. Singh that he had in him and his human nature has been very rightly explained and highlighted by Professor Rautre. A man beyond boundaries. Professor D.K. Singh was a man beyond boundaries. That is one of the greatest remarks that Dr. Jayant Rautre has given. And those persons like me who were in personal touch with him would know what is the meaning of man beyond boundaries. Secondly, Dr. Rautre's observation that a scholastic and rigorous approach to scientific studies in geography. That is what we have learned in the company of Professor D.K. Singh. Personally, he was a very loving person and he left a lasting impression on the person whomever he met. His coming to Sagar has a story. Professor S.M. Ali went for a practical examination at Banaras Hindu University and he examined among other candidates Dr. D.K. Singh also. And he was much impressed, so much impressed by D.K. Singh's approach towards quantitative geography that next day he invited him as a lecturer in geography department of Sagar University. And that is how we had the privilege of being a student of such a great teacher, such a great human being, such a great scholar in all spheres of life. He was so kind to me. I was his student just for 1 year. Now, one great remark that he has left on Sagar University is that the year he joined Sagar University, a survey camp of MA final students went to Aran. Aran is an ancient settlement, very known ancient settlement, and the whole MA final students Singh is. And whatever response I got from Professor Vikarhaget in later years, was the blessings of the impression that Professor D.K. Singh has left on Professor Peter Haggett. So it is my great privilege, Honorable President Professor P. Sinha, I have not been able to say him, and other colleagues, my other colleagues of Utkal University, S.N. Tripathi, Professor G.K. Panda, and I don't know whether Professor Rath, Krishna Mohan Rath, is recognizing me or remembering my association with him.
Yes, yes, sir. Yes, sir. I always remember you.
Part
You are
of
visited Bangkok.
Okay.
Yeah, I was with you to the market and everything.
Yes, yes.
Yeah.
In Bangkok, I was there with Professor Rautre, and we lived. I lived with them in the house they were living, and I know what sort of environment they have created for both academic and personal involvement of persons. So I very much thank you, Professor D.P. Singh, for organizing this episode, as others are also you are organizing, for inviting me and for giving me an opportunity to say something about a teacher whom we not only respect, but we love from family angle also and from academic angle also. So thank you very much. And I am very happy to see this episode having been taken place. And Professor Rautre was selected to speak about Professor D.K. Singh. To both these great personalities, I have got a great sense of respect with affection. Thank you very much.
Thank you, sir, very much. You are the man behind this episode, and you have suggested the name of Professor Raut Rai for this purpose. So I once again thank you, sir. Today, our today's president is too old to sit along. Professor R.N.P. Sinha is perhaps one of the senior-most and oldest geographers of the country. Now he is touching 94, and he said that he would not sit for a long. So without any delay, may I request Professor R.N.P. Sinha for his presidential address. Respected Professor R.N.P. Sinha.
Appreciated that this forum has been a vehicle for knowledge of geographers what we have in India. So this is a very important aspect, and though much improvement in the presentation is needed, I appreciate the function, and I will appeal to the participants to be brief and highlight the most important contribution of the geographers Otherwise, the speech becomes so long that it becomes tedious. And I see that several people have left the meeting. So the writings may be long, but in speaking, they should summarize the thing and bring out the most important aspects of their geographical thought, what concepts they have contributed, what methods or what processes is something new has been done by him. So this should be brought forward to add to the interest of the conference, and then I wish that this function continues and brings geographers together and encourage the young geographers to do likewise. Thank you very much for bringing me in your fold. Thank you.
Thank you, sir, very much. Your presence and blessings are of very much importance. You have blessed us.
Certainly, certainly, sir. It has enlightened everyone.
Age touching just 94. And he told
It's
us
a great. It's a thanks, Professor Singh, for involving him. It's a memorable day for us. It's a memorable day for us. Thank you, sir.
Actually, sir. So he was of opinion that he would speak before 5:30, because beyond that he would not be able to be there. So now may I request some more person for their comment. Professor Chattopadhyay sir.
Yeah. Good afternoon. Thank you, Professor Dept Singh, for giving me this chance to speak few words on this occasion. I had a meeting with Professor D.K. Singh. That's a very interesting meeting in the sense. When I was a student at Calcutta University, MSc student, he came for a viva. My special paper was in cartography, and he was an external examiner to conduct viva exam. And I was told by one of professor when we learned that Professor Singh is coming for our viva. So I was told by Professor M.K. Bantopadhyay, who is no more, but both of them I think worked in Guwahati, that please prepare well, because he's a very knowledgeable person. So prepare yourself well to face him. Still today, I remember one question which he asked. There are so many other questions. That what sort of a projection we should use when you try to depict the boundary between Canada and US. Fortunately, my project was also on projection. So I could tell him that we should use the one standard parallel projection, which will be really making it true. After my answer, he told, okay, no more question for you. Thank you, gentlemen. You can go. So that was a meeting. And subsequently, one or two times I heard him. But then, of course, I moved to Kerala and could not really further interact with him. But, it's a very lasting memory that a professor who is so conversant about all the details, both in the quantitative aspects and also the, what is called that, the social aspects. Because when you are discussing, you are talking about that, suppose we try to project the production, agricultural production, what sort of the map we should use, whether that sort of a thing comes very, very, very normal to him. And from a cartographic point of view, that becomes very important, because most of the time we are not really very much concerned about the projection base of the map. We use the map, definitely, but the relevance of the projection base of the map for depicting a particular item, which is related to area or which is related to direction, those things are very important. So I still remember, and it was a very good memory. I thank Professor Jayant Rautri to really speak very elaborately about his career. I never knew about this one. I only knew he is a very good scholar and a good professor with a good mark, not only in his own department, but in the other departments also. So I thank all of you and join all of you to really pay my homage to this learned professor. Thank you very much. Thank you.
Thank you, sir, very much. Now, may I request our friend Professor Umesh Kumar Mandal from Nepal to comment on the occasion.
First of all, I would like to salute Professor Devendra Prasad Singh, Director of Institute of Environmental Research and Rural Development, who gave me opportunity to participate in the series, in the episodes of the makers and founders of modern geography in India. And I would like to respect all the personalities presented in this 35 episode. And we have the President, Professor RNP Sinha, and Chief Guest, V.K. Srivastav, Convener, Kabir Mohan Sethi, and the Speaker, Professor Jayant K. Rotary, and Guest of Honor, S.S. Deshpande, and Professor S.N. Tripathi, Professor G.K. Pandey, and Professor Krishna C. Rath. So all these personality, I would like to respect these geographers, these versatile and dynamic geographers participating in this episode for the makers and founders of modern geography in India. So as a neighboring country, we are also getting benefit from such works so that we can start in our country also how the geography is going to develop, developing by the geographers in Nepal. So it is our direction, it is our learning from this episode. So as the speaker, Professor Jayant K. Rotary spoke about the Professor D.K. Singh. So from the hearing and the presentation, I came to know that he is very, very versatile and the dynamic geographer in India who developed many disciplines of the geography as a pioneer of this subject development, that is maker and founder of geography, modern geography in India. So we know very, very known factors, cartography, quantitative, remote sensing. So all these are the parts of geography, and how he see all these subject matters very detailed, very as a keen personality. So I would like to salute Professor D.K. Singh, who contributed a lot for the development of modern geography in India. So about the speaker, Professor Jayant K. Rotary. So he is a personality, and he and our teacher, our guru, Professor Pushkar K. Pradhan in Nepal, both wrote a book on market centers and rural development. So I came to read the publication which is jointly published by Professor Jayant K. Rotary and our teacher, Professor Pushkar K. Pradhan in Nepal. So that book is a very milestone for the market center and rural development analysis. So I got on chance to read more mathematics, more statistics, more indices were used to indicate the development of the market and then rural development. So I would like to respect Professor Jayant K. Rotary, sir, because we have the privilege to see your book from our teacher, Professor Pushkar K. Pradhan. So this is the limitless speak about the Dr. Professor D.K. Singh, who contributed a lot in the development of modern geography in India. So at last, I would like to respect all personality, all geographers, all senior geographers. I am seeing the contribution from the last 3-4 series of this modern and founders of modern geography in India. So my thanks very to the organizer, Professor Devendra Prasad Singh, who always inviting me to participate in this opportunity event. So thank you, sir, Devendra sir. Thank you.
Thank you, sir, very much. Your cooperation and support are of very much importance. And I once again thank you for your everlasting support. Thank you, sir, very much. Now, may I request our friend Arvind Mulimani for comment in brief. Professor Arvind Mulimani from Dharwad, Karnataka.
Good evening, sir. Good evening to everyone. Indeed, it is a pleasure to hear a talk on very eminent scholars who have been made a significant contribution to the promote the geography discipline and in the extended horizon, and they have been given a very good milestone to the geographers of India. And it's a privilege to have such a personality talk delivered by Professor Jayant Kumar Rotaries. Very nicely was presented, and also the a good event has been taken place in this 35th episode, and it is a very a good important concept is to be floated to the mind of the young scholars. But only thing is that I am a little bit worried and worry about all the episodes which I have been watching and participating, that youngsters are not joining. Hardly, I think in my episode of 8th episode and 13th episode has crossed 100 participants, and I think it is not going behind. I don't know what is the reason for that. I request all the geographers and all the persons who are extremely good in the good in different states, universities and central universities and very premier institutes. We have to float this concept to the young scholars, because young scholars should benefit a much lot. Makers and modern geographers in India is not been base for us. We have a very good, strong base for the very senior most professors. We have dedicated their life extending horizon of the geography discipline knowledge through research, teaching, and promoting the subject in this great country. So keeping that in the mind, I don't know how it is missing, and link is to be established very particularly. We have, I think, more than 3,000 geographers are there in India, as per my knowledge goes. But hardly we have been reaching below 100. I don't know why it is, but anyhow, this episode is being very effective, where Professor Chattopadhyay sir is also shared his experiences, and Professor Mandal is also to be mentioned very clearly about professors, both professors who have been taken this center force of this episode. I think I personally feel it is a very proud privilege for having to had a glance about those professors who have dedicated their life in the lifespan of their teaching and research in this great country. With these few words, I am thankful to you, sir, for giving me an opportunity to speak in this August assembly. Thank you very much.
Now, may I request Professor Rana Pratap sir for his comment?
Thank you very much, Devendra Babu. First of all, I must remember my teacher. I must show my respect to Professor R.L.P. Sinhaji, who is the president of the day. After a long time, I have listened to him. So this was a very good day for me to listen to him and to have something to know about him, that he is approaching 94 years of his life. This is a great thing. So I may wish that he should continue to contribute more for the growth and development of the geography. Other friends who are here, what I have learned, I have listened from Jayant Kumarji. He has nicely delivered lecture on Madam Gouri, Dutta, and Professor D.K. Singh. I am very frank to say that I have never heard before today the name of Gouri Dutta. Today I have heard the name and I knew something about the lecture of Professor Jayanti. So I am very much thankful to him for these details. So far as Professor D.K. Singh is concerned, time and again we have got discussions, we have made time and again to him in several times in Indian Science Congress session, and he was also visiting Patna University, and one time he was expected to visit Magadha University, but I don't know why he didn't lastly he didn't came. So I was very happy that I will have a direct approach and I will show courtesy and so things to him, but I was not given this chance and we failed to him. So today we have learned about a lot about his achievements, about his development and his contributions for the development of the modern geography in India. So that's a great thing. For this, really, Professor Devendra and the team deserves a great appreciation, and I appreciate you all, the attending members to whom I am seeing here. Thank you very much, sir.
Thank you, sir, very much. Any 2 or 3 persons may comment on the occasion. Professor Ganesh Pathak ji, would you like to comment? Professor Lokesh Srivastava ji, would you like to comment? Anyone who wishes to comment on the occasion?
Very nice. I am giving you some information regarding when I visited Utkal University in 93 at the Nagi conference. I met Professor D.K. Singh. He was a nice personality and really he is a knowledgeable man I have never seen at the time. Today, when I heard the lecture of Professor Jan Laskar, I saw his presentation was very nice. Really, today's episode is very knowledgeable. Thank you very much, Professor Devendra ji.
Thank you, sir, very much. Now, it is time to conclude the episode. And before that, may I request Professor K.C. Rath Sahab for the vote of thanks.
Hello, good evening to everybody. So it's nice to be They are to propose a vote of thanks in 35th episode of the online lecture series on founders and makers of modern geography in India. Just two sentences I will tell before vote of thanks. I don't have much association with Gouri Dutta, but Professor D.K. Singh was my teacher. As elaborated by Dr. Professor Rautrai, he was a great inside the class, also outside. Great inside Odisha, so also in India, so also abroad. And very humanistic person, take care of everybody who comes from outside, social and everything, such a great personality. Okay, and so first of all, I should thanks President RNP Sinha, a person who is attending this at 94 years of age. Many thanks to him. We are quite inspired. I don't know what will happen to us at that age. Many thanks to him. Chief guest B.K. Srivastav, Professor Emeritus, and former Professor of Gorakhpur University, and convener, my friend, Professor Kabir Mohan Sethi from my department, and speaker, my revered teacher, Professor Jayant Kumar Rautrai, having taking a lot of pain, collecting all the materials and having such a elaboration. And we could also listen so many things about, we learned so many things about our Professor D.K. Singh, such a elaborate, about the great professor. And guest of honor, S.S. Deshpande, Head Department of Geography, and Basant Rao Naik, Government Institute of Art Science, Nagpur, Maharashtra, Professor S.N. Tripathi in absentia, and to Professor G.K. Panda for his welcome address. And the most special thanks to the organizer, the great person, Professor Devendra Prasad Singh. Actually, I'm sorry, I missed all previous episodes. We don't get it, but now I'll make it a point when there will be a section like this, I'll be there, definitely. It's so good. And lastly, the organizing secretaries, Ambaris Kumar Rai, PG Department of Geography, University of Ara, Bihar, and Amit Kumar, Department of Geography, Munger, University of Bihar. And finally, all the participants who was presently hearing to this, and thanks to all, good evening. Thanks again.
That one of very important person from Pakistan, Professor Safdar Ali Siraji Sahab, is also here on the screen. I was searching him for his comment, but now I locate him on the screen. He is the professor and head of Department of Geography of Punjab University, Lahore, and presently Vice President of Pakistan Association of Geographers. So may I request Professor Siraji Sahab, though we have completed our vote of thanks, even then, may I request Professor Siraji Sahab for his comment? Professor Siraji Sahab, he is on the screen, but he has perhaps muted his mic. Yes, Professor Siraji Sahab. Sir, you are not audible. Sir, you are not audible.
No, now I think I have opened my mic. Thank you very much, Professor Devendra and the other member of today's episode. So this is always a pleasure to be part of this series of the prominent geographers of India. So it is a great moment for us in Pakistan to learn how much the Indian geographers have contributed in the field of geography, in the various ramifications of geography, and their contribution is being recognized by you all. So I again appreciate the efforts, particularly Professor Devendra. He always very prompt in contacting us and holding this sort of meetings. So, with these words, I am thankful to all of you to be with us here today. Thank you very much.
Thank you, sir, very much. And Professor Siraji is the person who is very cooperative to our effort, and he always cooperate us, help us. And he is the man who is heading the Department of Geography of Punjab University, Lahore, which was perhaps the second or third Geography department of the undivided India.
Now, he is a pillar of our saga.
Yes, actually, sir.
He is a pillar of
the saga.
Main pillar of saga.
Perhaps he is the man who has advised for the organization of saga. He is the man who has suggested to go on organizing the South Asia Geographer Association.
Thank you.
And I have also requested him to write an article or research paper on Professor K.S. Saifuddin.
Qazi Saifuddin, yes.
Qazi Saifuddin. And he has accepted our invitation. And he will perhaps write very shortly and present the biography of Professor K.S. Ahmed, who was first taught in the Aligarh Muslim University and then went to Lahore to start Department of Geography in undivided India, perhaps in 1944. So Professor Siraji is of much importance and our very valuable colleague. Thank you, sir, very much.
Welcome, sir. You're welcome. And I have prepared the autobiography of Professor Qazi Saifuddin. So whenever you will ask, I will share with you.
It is upon you. When you would like to share it.
So maybe in your next meeting, so I can contribute regarding Professor Qazi Saifuddin Ahmed.
Thank you, sir. We shall decide it later on.
So whenever you decide, I will.
Thank you, sir, very much. Now it is time for national anthem. May I request Dr. Narendra Kumar Pali for national anthem? Dr. Narendra Kumar Pali.
Okay, sir.
For national anthem, we should stand up and nobody will follow Professor Pali. Dr. Pali will only sing the national anthem. We will follow silently without saying anything. Thank you.
Let us hand up first. जन गण मन अधिनायक जय हे भारत भाग्य विधाता पंजाब सिंध गुजरात मराठा द्राविड़ उत्कल बंग विंध्य हिमाचल यमुना गंगा उच्चल जलधि तरंग तव शुभ नामे जागे तव शुभ आशीष मांगे गाहे तव जय गाथा जन गण मंगलदायक जय हे भारत भाग्य विधाता जय हे जय हे जय हे जय 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 हे.
Thank you very much.
भारत माता की
जय.
भारत माता की जय.
Thank you, sir, very much.
Jai.
And our next episode will be devoted to the K.S. Saifuddin Ahmed, Qazi Saifuddin Ahmed, and our speaker will be Professor Safdar Ali Siraji. Okay. And
thank you.
We shall fix a suitable date, the date which will suit Professor Siraji, and it will be
okay. Thank you very much.
Thank you very much.
Episode.